from ABS-CBN, right? Ate.
Yes.
So the first question.
Queenie, first question, what inspires you to embrace Islam?
First of all, I testified when I was 8 years old, I think, because of the influence of my father. But I never understood what Islam was really about. And I don't blame my father because he's a very busy man. And just recently, my mother, nag-start siya mag-practice, nag-aral ng Islam and everything. And umuwi ako doon and she started preaching to me, making dawah to me about Islam. And lagi niya akong wino-warn na, kasi talagang haram. Haram means forbidden. Sa isang babae na maging artista kasi, lahat ng aura mo, pinapakita mo. Kasi ang isang Muslim na babae, napaka-modest. And ang babae sa Islam is parang jewel. Talagang inaalagaan siya. And it's, if you're a real Muslimah, you would feel humiliated when you have like short clothes on and my mom was saying, when you die, you will be asked so many questions in your grave, and what will you answer? When you're doing haram stuff, and what will you answer? And it got me thinking, and every night before I go to sleep, am I really, is what I'm doing right? And then I started having an interest about Islam, and she taught me, and then, I don't know, something, I think I had a calling or something. And then I decided, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to live my life according to Islam. And according to the Sunnah, Prophet ﷺ. I don't know the feeling. I don't know. It's really, I can't explain it. You know, my life in showbiz, I was very unhappy. I was very unhappy. I was lost. And I always felt like I never belonged. But now that Allah is in my life, alhamdulillah, la ilaha illallah, I'm so happy and content with my life. Allahu Akbar, I'm really happy because, you know, Allah chooses whom He guides. And alhamdulillah, it's a blessing for me. Because I'm being guided by Him, alhamdulillah. Allahu Akbar. And after a while, you know, I started gaining more knowledge about Islam. And I talked to my father. I said, Papa, I want to perform Hadjj. And it was, you know, it was a very, it was a decision that I made after Ramadan. Secretary of my dad called NCMF and she organized everything, and we were very worried because they said that all the entries has been closed, so we could not apply. But then she talked to one person there that was a friend of my dad, and they said, oh no, we can open it for you. And I was like, alhamdulillah. And so we applied, and I was so excited. But everyone around me would say, oh, don't expect too much because sometimes, you know, things don't work out and things go wrong, and so you have to just don't expect anything and just be content when you're already in Medina, in Makkah. Yeah. And alhamdulillah, the first time I stepped on Medina, I saw the Prophet ﷺ's mosque. I was so emotional and I felt so blessed because I was, you know, it was a dream come true. But I was really kind of upset because I couldn't perform Ramadan for personal reasons. And I was really sad, but my friends were saying, don't worry, maybe it's not your time yet, and inshallah you will come back and perform Ramadan. because they were all like saying to me when they came out, they're like, oh, we felt Prophet Muhammad ﷺ so near, and I was like, oh, I wanted to feel his presence, and I didn't, and I was like, oh, inshallah, I will come back here, inshallah. No, I wanted to perform Hajj because I wanted to complete the 5th pillar of Islam, which is to perform Hajj, and be more closer to Allah. And inshallah, my Hajj will be accepted and I will be free from sin. And I wanted to start a new life, free from sins. And I thought to myself, maybe Hajj will also help me move on properly, because when you come back home, you're like a newborn baby.
So you will be quitting showbiz?
Yes, actually I have quit. It's been like 8 months since my last appearance on TV.
So how was the feeling? You mentioned a while ago your feeling when you were in Mecca. Did you expect that feeling before you arrived in Saudi Arabia? Or you have a different feeling when you are inside?
I think every Muslim feels that when first time you step in Haram and you see the Kaaba, oh my gosh, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. So a feeling that I cannot express, but you cannot, there's this urge that makes you want to cry, and I don't know, and I think it's the feeling, wow, I'm so close to Allah, and I felt so, I'm such a sinful person, and yet Allah invited me to His house. I'm so close to Him, and I felt so lucky because so many people save up so much money to be there, and they sleep in the masjid, and they don't have no place to stay just to perform Hajj. Allahu Akbar. And you see that their level of iman, Allahu Akbar, they'd sacrifice everything just to perform Hajj. And I felt so lucky because I got a good accommodation and I didn't need to save up money. Allahu Akbar.
What can you say about the people out there about Islam?
Islam is really a religion of peace. And I really got to performing Hajj also made me realize that. Because people come together helping each other from different countries, different races, just to worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I'm just so happy to be a Muslim. Alhamdulillah.
If your dad is here right now, what would you tell him?
I just want to thank my father for giving me the opportunity to perform Hajj, and that I love him so much, and that I'm happy because without my father I wouldn't have been a Muslim.
What will be your plan after Hajj?
I want to go back to college and finish my studies, and inshallah I will also study Islamic studies, inshallah, in the future.
So, ibig
And learn
sabihin,
more about Islam.
ibig sabihin tuloy-tuloy na ang paghinto mo sa showbiz.
But I want to live my life according to the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. According to Islam, I want to live my life the Islamic way. I hope that people from the youth, people from my age, will get to experience or perform Hajj at this age, because so many perform Hajj at an old age, and if you have an opportunity at your youth to perform Hajj, please go. You should perform Hajj. Inshallah, I make da'wah, inshallah. I went back home, and then I went back to work, and I felt like I didn't belong. And then I felt like I was doing something wrong, because I felt this, I don't know, fear in Allah, taqwa, fear in Allah. And all I wanted to do is to please Him. And I felt like what I was doing was displeasing Him. that my mother, kind of woke me up. So I went up to my father and I said, "Oh, Pa, I don't want to do this anymore. I want to leave everything behind. I want to bring everything for Islam because I want to be a good Muslim. And I want to obey Allah. And I want to work for the hereafter." And he helped me. Alhamdulillah, I know I always need dua at night. That may Allah make it easy for me. And he did. And after that, I started going to Islamic gatherings and going to the masjid to attend seminars to learn more and more and more about Islam. And after a few months, I also realized who were my real friends. And subhanAllah, they were my sisters in Islam. Because they love me for who I am, and they love me for the sake of Allah. And that love will last until Jannah, inshallah. Inshallah. And no one of my friends in Shul has ever contacted me. No one. And when I fasted in Ramadan, there were things. It wasn't just, I realized a lot of things. It wasn't just refraining yourself from eating or drinking. It's also disciplining yourselves. And I found out a lot of things myself that I thought I could never do, but I did because of Ramadan. It's also fasting through your tongue, through your eyes, through your everything. Because in Ramadan, you can't talk bad, refrain yourself from talking bad about people, and it's also cleansing your heart, because in Ramadan you have to forgive everyone, and ask for forgiveness from the people you have wronged. And mashallah, more and more Islam became more beautiful to me, and it became my passion. And the more happier I became, and the more content I felt because of Islam. Because there's this verse that I really love. It says in the Quran that Allah chooses whom He guides. And that itself is a blessing, because I know that I am one of the chosen ones. And I am lucky to be guided by Allah. SubhanAllah. And my sisters in Islam were saying, my new friends were saying that when you do Hadjj and Allah accepts your Hadjj, you will come home like a newborn baby. And I wanted to feel that so that I can easily move on. And my first step in Al-Masjid al-Haram. And more, when I stepped in and I saw the Kaaba, mashallah, la ilaha illallah, I really felt Allah's presence. And 5 times a day we pray in the direction of the Kaaba. And I got to experience praying 3 steps away from it. When I touched the Kaaba and dua, I didn't want to get out of there because I felt so close to my Creator. I felt so close to Allah. So my companions were saying, "Oh, Queenie, we have to go," but I didn't want to. I just wanted to stay there. I've never felt so happy in my life. I've never felt so happy just knowing Allah and having Him close to me.